Hi guys, it's Laura. Just wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind the past couple of days. A few days ago, I was reading my local paper, and in the op-ed section, I saw the headline, Human Trafficking. And it piqued my interest because that is a subject about which I've become really passionate, and I've been doing my best to educate myself about it, and so I was curious to know what was happening sort of locally on that front. And started reading the article, and it's about a state representative who's doing some great work. And there's a real push to educate hotel workers along the I-95 corridor, which is just a huge pipeline for human trafficking, about what victims might look like and how to identify situations, and that is fantastic. That's so great. Read down a little further and saw that these Johns, they, if convicted, they can face up to a $2,000 fine. And then I lost my mind. So, a huge percentage of these human trafficking victims are underage. Like a huge percentage. And what you've probably all heard of is about the age of consent, right? So every state has one. Most places it's 18, some places it's 17. But basically what that says is under that age, there's no such thing as consent. It's not a thing. So I decided to do a little research on the laws specific to Connecticut, which is where I live. And I saw that Connecticut is unique in that it has on the books aggravated sexual assault of a child, which is punishable by up to 25 years in prison and a $20,000 fine. So I emailed this state rep asking why it is that when we have laws on the books that treat this like the grievous crime that it is, why are we acting like it is a traffic violation? There is no such thing as a child prostitute. It's not a thing. You have children whose sexual abuse has been monetized. You have children for whom this incredible trauma has been turned into a business. That's a thing. Child prostitute, not a thing. It's not a thing. Because a child, by definition, cannot consent to sell their body. Can't. And so I'm wondering why we are using these toothless little laws that are a slap on the wrist to punish these predators who are paying a pimp to sexually abuse a child. We have laws on the books for that. We have laws on the books that reflect what we say we believe as a society. As a society, we say we believe that it is a horrific crime when a child is violated that way. That is what we say. $2,000 belies that. $2,000 does not say that we care about children. That's insulting. So I started looking at the laws in a lot of states, and I'm going to, by next week, put something up on the Say It Survivor Facebook page so that you can see what the laws are in your area. It was very illuminating. For instance, incest in Virginia and Delaware, misdemeanor. Think about that. So what I would encourage you to do, either right now if your head's about to explode like mine is, or you can wait until I put up a link to resources, is to educate yourself on what the laws are in your state And then ask the lawmakers and the law enforcers in your area why we aren't enforcing those. These men are not Johns. They're predators. They're predators who have figured out that it is easier to pay a pimp to sexually abuse a child that doesn't have any way to rescue themselves, that is going to go unheard, that is lost, that is disposable to our society. That is an easier route. So we can either be a society that's okay with that or not. We can either be a society that actually cares about children, or we can be a society that just says we do. Because $2,000, it's just saying we do. We can't have it both ways. So I think we'll be talking more about this. But I think it's time we all get a little loud.